On the edge of a small village, there lived a little sparrow. She was tiny, with soft brown feathers that shimmered gently in the sunlight. Unlike the proud eagle soaring high above, or the colorful peacock displaying his magnificent tail, the sparrow looked small and simple. Many thought her weak, but inside her fragile body, she carried a heart full of courage that no storm could ever break. One hot afternoon, something unexpected happened in the forest. Dark clouds gathered quickly in the sky. The wind grew wild and angry, and soon, a terrible storm broke out. Trees bent and shook violently. Thick branches snapped like twigs. Nests that had taken weeks to build fell crashing to the ground. The sparrow's nest, woven with so much love and care, was also destroyed. Even worse, 3 of her precious eggs rolled down into the cold mud below. Her heart pounded with fear. She rushed down immediately, her wings trembling. Out of the 3 eggs, 2 were badly cracked, but one was still safe. She looked at it with tender eyes and whispered softly, "I will protect you, no matter what." But the storm was far from over. Rain poured down heavily, like a river falling from the sky. The wind began to flood, the water rose quickly, and the egg was in danger of being washed away. Other birds, stronger and faster, flew to safer places high in the mountains. But the sparrow stayed. She could not leave her child behind. She tried to lift the egg with her tiny beak, but it was too heavy. Again and again she tried. Her wings became soaked with rain, her body shook with cold. Each time she failed, but she refused to stop. A crow, sitting on a nearby branch, watched her struggle. He laughed loudly and shouted, "Ha! Little sparrow, you are wasting your time. That egg is far too heavy for someone as small as you. Leave it and save yourself before it's too late." But the sparrow ignored him. She had made a promise, and promises are not broken by those with courage. With her small claws, she began digging into the muddy ground. Slowly, carefully, she made a small hole to keep the egg safe from the rushing water. Then, bit by bit, she carried dry grass and leaves from under the rocks and bushes. She covered the egg gently, protecting it from the rain and wind. All through the night she worked. Her body ached. Her feathers were drenched and heavy. Her heart was tired, but her spirit refused to give up. At last, morning came. The storm ended. The forest grew silent and still. Slowly, the sun peeked through the clouds. Many birds returned to find their nests destroyed and their eggs lost. They cried in sorrow, but the sparrow's single egg lay safe and warm, covered by the grass and leaves she had gathered with her own strength and willpower. Exhausted but smiling, she sat beside it and waited patiently. Days later, a small crack appeared on the egg, then another, and finally, the shell broke open. A tiny baby sparrow came out, weak but very much alive. It chirped softly, looking up at its mother with innocent eyes. The same crow who had laughed before now watched in silence, ashamed. Other birds gathered around too, surprised and moved. Such a small sparrow had saved her child when even the stronger ones had failed. Then an old wise owl, who had seen many seasons, spoke slowly. Strength does not lie in size or power. It lies in the heart that never gives up even when the world says it is impossible. And so the little sparrow became a symbol of courage throughout the forest. Her story was told to every young bird, to every creature who ever felt too small or too weak. This story reminds us of an eternal truth. Our greatest glory is not in never falling, but in rising every time we fall. Never give up. No matter how small or weak you feel, no matter how heavy the storm, true strength lies not in muscles or wings, but in determination, patience, and courage. Even the smallest effort, when repeated with faith and love, can protect what matters most and turn impossible dreams into beautiful reality. If this story touched your heart, if it reminded you of your own strength, remember to like this video and subscribe to our channel for more inspiring tales that light up the soul.